It's my 27th birthday and I figured how to live to 100. So in this video, I wanted to show you something different. A 3-step journey between the best diet to live longer, a mental health secret for longevity, and what exercise actually matter for a healthier life. And if I was you, I would stay until the end because this time I have a golden ticket of longevity. Her name is Trudy, and we're going to interview a 101-year-old swimmer female. Yes, she's still swimming and breaking world records. So we can learn how can we live until 100. For mental health, I invited my friend Elan, the Love Island legend, who is building one of the most innovative mental health apps I've ever seen. And I promise you, by the end of this video, I will reveal what is the secret to live to 100. The golden secret to living to 100, straight from Trudy, the 101-year-old woman. But first, we need to start where every human being story begins. Not in a lab, not in a hospital, in the kitchen. Let's talk about the single most confusing question in modern health. What is the best diet? Vegans, carnivores, low carb, high fat, protein. We have heard all types of diet, and I have discussed many of them during this channel. We have had an episode for low carb diets, for lack of protein, but the truth is that the solution is very simple. And I have repeatedly said this word throughout many videos on this channel: balance. According to studies, the most effective and most optimal diet is not a diet, it's a lifestyle, the Mediterranean way of living, because that's a dietary pageant, a region of Europe where people have lived throughout years with the same habits. It's very effective for a simple reason, because it's balanced. It's not excluding food groups, it's not excluding macronutrients, it's not making any specific ingredient or magic pill to be the start of the diet. It's just old style, fashioned, good, balanced nutrients. A little bit of protein, a little bit of carbs, a little bit of fats, all working together. When you look for Mediterranean diet studies, there is hundreds of them showing how people that do follow a Mediterranean diet live longer. So it's no secret to us that's actually the most optimal and healthy diet that you could potentially follow. Of course, is that even with that, you have constraints. And the best diet will actually be an individualized way of eating, meaning sitting down with a health professional, specifically a dietitian that can determine and assess you according to your needs. Proven. We don't need more studies, we don't need more evidence or meta-analysis to tell us that. So a personalized, individualized way of eating is the way that I figure and that the science shows for us to live longer. Now, even if I eat specifically healthy, individualized, I'm still suffering from lack of sleep, stress, overwork, lack of time, and all those factors affect my mental health. How could I, even with a perfect diet, live to 100 years old in an environment full of toxins and full of problems? Is that enough? Absolutely not. And that's why I brought 2 of my friends to tell you why mental health, or like he liked to say, mental wealth, is one of the major components for longevity, and why exercise is true medicine, because building muscle is the solution for disease. So let's go visit Elan. Perfect. So how are you today?
Good, how are you doing?
This is my friend Elan.
Hey guys, I'm Elan Bibas. I'm 25 years old. I live in Miami. I'm an engineer turned content creator, founder, and I'm really interested in working on the intersection of artificial intelligence and mental health.
And no one better to talk about mental health than my friend Elan. You might know him from Love Island, but he's also an entrepreneur and enthusiastic in the mental health field. He's developing an app to help you track data about your mental health state. But will this conversation with Elan help me crack the code to achieve mental wealth and help me to figure out how to live to 100? Tell me who you are without telling me what you do.
That's a hard question. I would say, I think I'm a deeply intentional person. I'm very intentional with the things that I choose to do, how I choose to live my life. Everything is very intentional. I think that's like a very good way to live life. I think on top of that, I would say I'm a very caring individual. I care deeply about friends, family, those people around me. I'm a big believer in being in service of others. I think that's a really strong tool to be happy. I would say I'm also an analytical thinker. I love to analyze things. I'm definitely a bit of a nerd, which I don't think the show made clear enough, you know? They definitely objectified me a little bit, but...
So tell us a little bit more of the project itself, the idea itself, how it would work, and how do you think that applied to longevity?
Started was actually a few years ago. I was on my own mental health journey, and I realized that one of the biggest missing components for someone like myself who's highly analytical is actually being able to track things and see how they're improving. I think effectively engineer my mental health, right?
Yeah.
It actually started in my journal. I would plot like a graph in my journal over 30 days. Every single month I had a plot, and I would measure things like my sleep, my sense of purpose, my stress levels, my productivity, different things that I was curious about. And I would measure them over time and see how different things were correlated with the habits that I was doing. Actually able to like learn a lot through that process and figure out what was helping me and what was maybe of detriment to me. And then I realized that no one else is really doing that, you know? So I decided to build something actually when I was in university to test it out. And the first build was basically the survey that you'd fill out, rank all the information. I kind of re-picked up the project at the beginning of this year. Originally, I did it as like me serving the need instead of an app, just to understand people more, the problems that they were struggling with. I want to change the way that we look at mental health from being this thing that is like up in the air, or like if it's very severe, we have to prescribe medication, to something where it's a little bit more holistic. And we can look at the more individualistic factors that actually attribute to your mental health, things like your diet, things like your exercise, all of these things. I think if you're able to quantify mental health, then you're actually able to make significant improvements. We can also study on a larger level how different modalities affect different people.
Are those the actual secret to live to 100? So if I was you, I would stick to the end, because the conversation I have with Trudy actually opened my mind and revealed to me the actual secret to live longer.
I really want to inspire people to live their life as richly as possible, because we are only here for a limited amount of time. I mean, obviously we try to extend that time as much as possible, but I think in addition to just extending it as much as possible, it's about also squeezing into the time that we have as much as possible, right? Yeah. And it's harder to actually spend the time being intentional and injecting the experiences that you want into life, to taking life by the reins and really making what you want out of it. You know?
So that made me think, if a 27-year-old like me, and there's more people in my age going through the same thing, what is the actual secret behind of overpassing these fears, fighting these excessive thoughts, fighting this overthinking and anxiety, and actually facing the reality to live longer? Well, maybe that's a question that Trudy can answer. Okay, so tell me a little bit more. What is the secret to live to 100?
My name is Trudy Jacobs. I'm almost 101 years old. My favorite sport is swimming. I know the secret. All my life I've eaten what I wanted to eat.
Okay.
I've done what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Just had a wonderful time.
Okay, I like that. So just living life the way you want.
Yeah, I had some hard times. We came from Austria.
So you escaped from Austria?
Yes, my parents, they have an organization. It's called HIAS.
Okay.
Hebrew immigrant, and they wanted to get at least all the children, the Jewish children, out of Austria. If they couldn't get the older people, at least there would be some future.
Tell me a little bit about your day-to-day. So you woke up, what do you do?
I swim every day.
Okay, oh, every day.
I don't really have to do too much housework,
Okay.
but I do some. I do a lot of work on my computer.
Coffee, she drinks 10 cup of coffee, 100% Colombia.
Okay, so we wake up, coffee from Colombia.
And do the crossword. That's why her brain is so good.
So you do the crosswords before swimming.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Nice. In the swimming, how much we're swimming?
I swim
About
half
100
an hour
minutes
lap swimming.
Okay.
Right.
Then I usually walk, do some exercises in the pool.
Okay. So very active every day.
Yeah.
What do we have for lunch usually? For
What
lunch?
do I usually have?
You know, Borgali bologna, yellow salami, Swiss cheese, piece of bread,
Sand.
butter, coffee, a piece of chocolate.
Okay, so a little bit of everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, I have my martini,
Okay.
vodka martini.
Vodka martini every
One
day.
drink.
One drink.
Not more than one.
And then what do we do for dinner?
For dinner, whatever I cook. I'm a very good cook.
Okay, we cook. So 1, you like to be very active, always do some sort of exercise. Number 2, even though you like to eat whatever you want, you eat very real foods. You know, you're eating cheese and chocolate, and
Yeah,
you're
I
not
know.
eating like salad, tomatoes. So
Well,
good things.
yeah,
So not eating
salads
like
too.
fast foods or no junk food. Yeah. And even though we drink, we have something called balance. So we only do 1 drink a day.
Yes.
Because I think that if you need more than one, it's a problem. If you have one drink, then it's no problem.
Yeah. You have a very balanced schedule and consistent. Wake up, coffee, swim, eat good, martini, eat good again, cook your own food. Most people are not doing that.
Veal, chicken, pork.
Veal, chicken, pork. And what do you used to work with?
I worked for Sears Roebuck for 20 years.
Oh, okay.
So,
For the Pentagon. You work for
yes,
the
I
Pentagon?
worked
Yeah.
at Pentagon.
Yeah.
That was a good job.
But you're doing very balanced.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell people. It's not about necessarily one thing, it's the balance of things. And what is your favorite thing to do nowadays besides swimming?
I love to read. I have been reading since I was a very small child.
If you got to tell one thing, one piece of advice.
And here's the moment where Trudy gave me the secret of longevity, the golden ticket to live longer.
What would you say?
You should do exactly what pleases you, what makes you happy.
Okay.
And even a job. If
So-
you don't like your job, you're going to be unhappy.
So pretty much chasing your dreams. Because a lot of people give up because of money, yeah?
And money is important.